question, I think, before we allow the candidates to give their final statements here. But the question they posed is, as our community grows, it is apparent there will be an increased demand from young professionals and new residents for more arts and cultural opportunity. If you were giving a tour of Bismarck, as a mayor does for new folks coming to town, what are the 3 things you would show a prospective resident? And then also tell us, what are the 2 or 3 things you would wish you could be able to show them? Give us the highlight of the 3 that you would take them to see if you were taking them out this afternoon. And then maybe a couple visionary things of things you'd like to show them in the next 5 to 10 years. Mayor Warford?
That's a tough question. I'd like to tailor that tour to the group that I was giving a tour to. If they're business people, I would probably focus on looking at the thriving businesses, the thriving business community that we have in town. I probably would bring him up here and have him talk to Calvin, and have Calvin at the chamber show the vigorous business community that we had. I would show them our hospitals. Our second largest employer in the city of Bismarck is healthcare. We're very proud of our healthcare in the hospital. I would show them our hospitals. I would show them the better part of our downtown. I think we've turned the corner on the downtown. I'd show them the downtown area so that they get a flavor, this business person could get a flavor for what established businesses are in the community, what the medical system is like in the community, and our downtown. If they were young people, I would probably focus more on recreational things, such as our wonderful park system that we have. Although the city is not involved with the parks, we have 50 miles of trails, and I would show them, if they're interested, I'd show them the Civic Center, because the Civic Center is an economic development driver in our community. It generates huge sales tax dollars, ripple effect to all of our businesses. And I would show them the school system if they were younger and had kids of school age, because we're very proud of our school system, although the city of Bismarck is not part of the school system. We do provide the safety portion of it as well. If they were, so we talked about business people, we talked about young people. If they were people that were from a foreign country, I would show them some of the rich cultural things that we have in our community, possibly Native American things that they would be interested in. I would show them if there were the river. Obviously, I call it the crown jewel of our community. And I guess you're handicapping me considerably with the question by saying 3 things, because I would turn it around and say that really there are countless things in our community that we could show any demographic of persons that come to this community, from recreation to safety to business and so forth, that I'm extremely proud of. And I think that's really, in my mind, I was asked after I announced for candidate for mayor, what do you think is your greatest accomplishment? And I said to the news person, my greatest accomplishment is, and it's a little bit of an overused word, but a paradigm shift that I've seen in the last 8 years, and that is that there is an intense increase in personal pride and of the city of Bismarck. People are proud to be from Bismarck. You sit on an airplane, you go to Minneapolis, you hear you're from Bismarck. People are proud to be from this community because of all the wonderful attributes that we have in this great community. I'm proud to have led it for 8 years, and I'm looking forward to 4 more.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Schwab, same tour. What would you take that young professional to see to bring him to this community?
The young professionals coming to this city, the first thing on their mind would be jobs. And I would take them to the manufacturers like Recreation Supply, like L&H Electric and Mandan, like Cloverdale and say, this is the place to go. You can make it here. There are many tools available for these kids, for these young entrepreneurs. They can make it with the right direction. They will not make it if everything is given to them. We all know that. We've all had children. It doesn't work. I would show them, of course, I agree with John, the river, recreation. We have that. Plus we have the state capital. So the city, as far as I'm concerned, offers a lot. I believe we've got a good person down at the Civic Center who is bringing in a lot more diversified entertainment for the young and the elderly. As far as getting into the arts, that's kind of a touchy question. I'm not really a fan of putting artwork, a lot of artwork on city property. I think that's should be more directed to the park. For the simple reason is if we start letting one person put their thoughts on our building and we agree with them, how do we stop somebody like the Aryan Nation when they come in and want to put something on our building? We have to treat them fair. If I could take these kids out and say, this is my vision, say, we're going to have to fix these roads. You'll have better roads here. I would take them out and say, you know what, if you build your house on the south side of Bismarck, we widen that canal, we fix that thing because we know it floods. We're not going to neglect that. That's the stuff that I would take them out and show them. As far as going out and trying to tell them how to live their lives here, they'll find good places.
Thank you. We've come to that point in our program. We've asked you an hour of your time, but if you'll bear with us, we'll give each of the candidates a closing statement as to why on June 8th you should go out and vote for that